Hello! Welcome to Anime Mystics. I'm Roman, and tonight I am watching Fate Grand Order Babylonia Episode 10, I believe. So, let me see, what happened in the last episode? Also, I'm loading up the episode, so. Yeah. Usually I would have this done already, but I forgot to do it. Anyway. Last episode, they decided that since they've lost quite a few people and two servants, well, three servants technically, because Benkei left, but Ushiwakamaru and Leonidas died, so they've lost a significant amount of their military force against the goddesses. So they decided, well, Gilgamesh and Fujimaru decided that it would probably be a good idea to try to bring Ishtar over to their side. Fujimaru pretty much, he kind of believes she's a nuisance, but she's not bad. Like, she goes out of her way to protect the people, even though she does kind of force payment from them afterwards, mainly all of their jewels, and then flies off. But basically the plan is to go to her temple, which is on the top of a mountain. I forget what it's called. And bribe her. Gilgamesh gave him 30% of his treasure in order to bribe her. Like, he didn't like give it to him to bring up to her, but basically he gave him a small amount as like a down payment. And then when everything else is finished, she will have potentially up to 30%. He doesn't want him to just go give her 30%, bargain with her. And so that's what they did. They went up there. They had a little fight. Ishtar, Mash, and Anna had a fight. And then he comes running up with his bag and just throws it up into the air, and jewels just all over the place. And that got her attention. She's confused, like, what's going on? Why is what like, what is this? And that's when they said, we want to hire you to help us. And that Gilgamesh is willing to open his vault in order to give you, I believe he started off with 20% of his treasure. And this was starting to like really get to her. Like, oh my god, 20%? And she was still a little hesitant, like, no, you don't think I could do that? And then I think that was the case adjusting again. And then he goes, okay, 25%. And she's like, it's still going up? And then after a little while, he's like, oh, if you don't want to do it, all right, Mash, pack everything up, we're heading out of here. And that got her. She was like, no, don't take it away. You'll make me cry and I'll die if you take it away. So she agreed to help them for the 25%. He didn't even use the full 30%. Which is good. I probably would have started at 15% or something like that. 15% of Gilgamesh's treasury is probably an insane amount. So I would have started with 15 and probably would have worked up to 20 and seen if she would have gone for that. But, whatever. He got her. The only thing the only person who had kind of a little bit of issue, not with Ishtar joining them, but Dr. Romani wanted to know what happened to the person that Ishtar was using, the person's body she was using. Like, what happened to the actual person? And according to her, she's still there. Like, she's not dead. She's still alive. Just that Ishtar is basically taking over. She's the majority of the personality in the body now. So while the other person is still in there, which is, we know, Rin, she has more control over the body. And I don't remember if they said it in the episode. I'm pretty sure they did. But I know in the game, she mentions that the host basically doesn't just have to be compatible with her, but also has to agree to letting her use the body, kind of, or at least that Ren understood why she was using her body and accepted that. And because of that explanation, knowing that the person that she's inhabiting is not dead and she's totally fine, just that she's in control, cleared everything up. That's the only thing he was really worried about. And then as they're heading down the mountain, they mention her bull. What is it? Gugalana, I think is what it's called, or something like that. This kind of causes a panicked reaction almost in Ishtar. She kind of avoids the discussion of the bull. Those who have played the game know why, and those who haven't will find out later on. But she ends up going on ahead. They asked her, is she okay sleeping like outdoors? Because they're not in temples or anything. They're basically going to use tents. And she's all, I'm totally fine with that. I've done a lot of traveling and stuff like that, so it's not like I need a fancy place to stay. And as Fujimaru is taking, watch, it's his turn to watch the area. She comes out and starts, having a conversation with him. We also see at one point that she sneezes and her hair color changes and then goes back. Which kind of freaks him out. Because Ishtar has her black hair, or, I'm pretty sure it's black hair, or brunette, whatever it is. And then she sneezed and her hair went blonde. She kind of took that as he was afraid of her because she's a god, and he's like, no, I would never, be afraid of you for something like that. Anyway, they continue their discussion about the goddesses. Like, she kind of gives a short breakdown of who there is, who's there. Of course, Gorgon. The second one, she says she doesn't know much about because they're from different areas. Like, the second goddess is not from Mesopotamia. So she doesn't know a whole lot about her or her motives. And then there's her. So yeah, it pretty much ended with her going back to bed because it was getting late. Yeah, well, you'll all find out what's going on with the whole blonde hair thing. We saw that in the other episode where they captured her and then he set her free, because the place was getting attacked and I think the building was on fire or something, so that she can get away. And then her hair went blonde at the end of that episode. So you'll find out what's going on with that later. I'm not going to spoil it for you. But, I mean, I did kind of a little bit last week with, I don't know if I call it a hint, but, you'll find out what's happening. So I expect in this one they're going to get back to Uruk and report to Gilgamesh. So let's get into this. Come on. Oh, was that the... Yeah, there we go. I don't know. Button wasn't working for a minute. Alright, so the video is going to be located over here. And the link to the reaction is going to be in the description down below. And we're going to start this episode in 3, 2, 1.